Today I'm going to show you how to do a beautiful sort of ombre blue flower on a pretty pink nail. This is 2 coats of Sally Hansen Insta-Dry. In a blush is the color. It's a nice pink color and it dries really fast, which is great for stamping because you need to have that nail totally dry before you move on to your stamping. I'm going to take this Born Pretty plate L078 and do a little bit of light blue in the middle and then move on to a darker blue on the outside. I'm going to blend that quickly just a little bit, kind of near the edges here. And then I'm going to scrape in 2 directions, up and down. And that way I'm not ruining that nice transition of light to dark blue that I have. I'm going to take my stamper and press up with light pressure as always. And there you go, perfect stamp. It's so important to use that light pressure because you can really distort the stamp otherwise. Now that we've got that, if we're not using sticky base coat, we can go straight to stamping it right on our nail. And there it is. For some reason, there's a little bit, the stamp itself is actually a little bit offset. It's not quite in the center. You can kind of see that there's a little bit less on this side than there is on this side. So I actually just took a little bit from the one side and put it over here just to make it look a little bit more even. And there it is. It's a really pretty light blue to dark blue kind of flower. And you can use this technique a lot of different ways. So I'll show you a few more of those. Here's a pretty pink nail. This again is a Sally Hansen Insta-Dry color called Peachy Breeze. This is 2 coats. And I'm going to use the exact same stamp, the Born Pretty L078. It's got a lot of patterns on it that I like. And I'm going to use this one right here, which looks really cool with an ombre. I'm going to do some of it in light pink and some of it in white. Sometimes if you do a lighter color, you might want to do a little bit more of the lighter color because it tends to lose itself in that darker color. And then same thing, I'm going to take, a little brush and just mix up a little bit of what's in the middle. You have to do that quickly because you do have to swipe and stamp pretty quickly with these. Swipe and pick up the stamp. It's really pretty. It goes from pink to white. And you can do this either way on your nail. You can do it this way or you can do it sideways. I'm going to do it up to down today, which means I'm going to start on this side and roll it right over. I always roll instead of press. And the reason that I do that is because if you press it, you can actually distort the lines. And I'll show you why. Look at that. That looks great. When you press it, watch what happens. Do you see how the stamp actually kind of squishes itself? It squishes side to side and it squishes up and down. And so you're actually pressing the lines further apart than they should be. You're stretching them a little bit. And you don't want that, particularly when you're doing straight lines. If you're doing a really small design, it doesn't matter nearly so much. But if you're doing something like straight lines, you can really tell the difference between a straight line and a slightly wobbly line. If you want your nails to look professional, you've got to get those straight lines really straight. And in my experience, doing that is really, rolling is key instead of pressing. I'm going to do one more. So we've got 2 so far, both really cute looks. Either of these would be great for winter. And I'm going to do one more just to show you one more time how this can look. I'm going to do slightly more dramatic colors for this one. Okay, so for my last one from the same plate, Born Pretty L078, I'm going to do a dark green nail. This again is Sally Hansen Insta-Dry. The color is called Chill Out. And for this, I'm going to use 2 different Maniology colors. One of them is sort of a peachy orange, and the other one is a very pale, almost like a seafoam green. I'm going to do this pattern on the corner here. Once again, I'm going to work pretty quickly, and I'm going to go in here and kind of mix up what's in the middle so that it gives me a nice transition. And swipe. I'm going to swipe to the side once again so that I have some portions that stay purely orange and some portions that stay purely green. And look at that, that's going to look really nice on the nail. And we're just going to take some tape and clean it up. My swipe gave me a little bit of a pattern there, so I'm going to remove that too. Make sure there's nothing else on the stamping pad that I don't want. And then I'm going to take my green nail, and here we go. Okay, that is so pretty. There you have it, 3 different ombre looks from the same plate using different color schemes, all really complementary of their own base color. And then we'll do some smudge-free top coat and our final top coat, Sally Hansen Insta-Dry top coat. That's all. Thanks for watching.